Next up is the rolling phase. I'm going to draw the 3 dice out of the bag, and I'm going to lay them up here so that we've got them ready to go. Okay, as you see, we drew out 2 blues and a gold. Rolling them, I got a 1, 2, and a 3, so there's no choices to be made. 1, 2, and 3. They go in order from low to high. So those are our choices there. Now it's time to do the drafting. So I think it's fairly obvious here is that I'm going to choose the gold die. So we're going to take it down here. Now, in choosing the gold die, since I picked it off of the card there, the first thing I do is get the coin, so I'm back up to 4. Now I have to roll the danger die, I have to roll the enemy die. Let's see which thing disappears out of the market over here. That's a 4. 4, 5, and 6, nothing disappears. So we're safe for now. The enemy was apparently looking in the other direction. So now I get to decide where I'm going to place this die down here. I am going to put it in charisma. Okay? Since that's my dump stat, and I really don't think I need to use all my skills to raise dice on like this 2 and this 4 and any other really low numbers that come out here. So I don't think with these 2 1s, I'm never going to have a chance of getting this up to 14. You know, I'd have to raise these multiple times and, you know, on things that I could use to raise these others if it's all possible. So I'm going to put it in charisma down here. That's going to give me one of these tokens. And I may actually get to use it this time since I've actually got money and nothing up here costs like 6 or 7. So that's a good thing. First thing, you get 2 gold anytime you put a gold die on your character sheet. So I get 2 more gold for putting the die down there. And I've completed a row. As I said, you notice this gold border. That's to remind you you get another gold every time you complete one of these rows. And now we get to decide the market phase. What am I going to spend my money on? Remember, I've got the -1, so they all essentially cost me 2. Cunning, which it says underneath, cunning is but the low mimic of wisdom. Cunning gives me a star for every skill card I have. So skills are nice if you're going to have cunning. Loyal, you get 4 points if you complete all your attributes, meaning if I'm successful, we already know I'm not going to be successful. So loyal is something that I'm not going to be able to do anyway. Leather boots, part of the leather set. Now, at any time, you can look through the discard deck. Anyone can look through the discards at any time to see what's in there. And that's one thing. It's like, if I got 4 leathers, I can get 8 points. Let's see, how many leather are in here? Any leather. You know, if I were to say 4 leather and I look through here and there's 3 leather in here, that's telling me there's not a lot of chances to get leather. There's only 1 leather in here, however. Now, this isn't my actual class. This isn't my actual class card because it says if it's a purple or a black class, I'm a green class, which is the mystic. And there are no mystic items in here. And like the chain stuff is wore by red or white. Yeah, I don't see any of the mystic items. So we may be able to get all the mystic items too. But of those, I am thinking I am going to get probably the leather boots. So I'm going to trade in the charisma token. And that will drop the price of that to 2. So I will spend 2 coins and I will get the leather boots. And the leather boots will now go over here in armor. And being I got 1 leather, I'm going to have 1 victory point or 1 reputation point is what they're actually called. They're not victory points. It's just like in Suburbia over there. It's not victory points, it's your population. Well, this isn't victory points, this is your reputation. So we're going to have 1 rep at the end for our leather boots here. Okay, so we got the market. Now, what happens once you bought something out of the market? The one on the left, furthest to the left, goes into the discard. And and whatever's left over goes into the trash. And that's fine because, once again, we're already not going to be able to complete all our attributes. Now it's the cleanup phase. Okay, we have gone through the cleanup phase and we've done the roll phase where we set out the new dice here. And I believe I'm going to take the 4. I was thinking about putting this here and getting the money. That would be a big bump to the economy, but I need the points. I need high die rolls, so I'm going to take the 4. Now that y'all have seen with the 3, in the solo version, you roll the dice again. This time something is definitely going to disappear. If I roll a 1 or 2, this one's going to go. 3 or a 4, that one's going to go. 5 or a 6, that one's going to go. I'd really like this because I'd like Cure Wounds and I'd like the Mystic Cloak. I'd really like these two. One of them I will still be able to get. It's just going to depend which one's it going to be. So let's roll the die. And it's a 5 or a 6. So the cloak is going to go away. That goes into the trash now. Okay, so I've done that. This one I'm now going to put into, what is my lowest required? Strength. Strength has to be between a 14 and a 15. So that takes me to 9 right there. That takes me to a 9, which means for strength, I've got to get a 5 or a 6 here. So that's doable. The other thing when you put this down is the ability on strength is you take any one die and you flip it over. So we're going to take this one on intelligence and we're going to flip it to a 5. And one thing about dice, the way dice are made and the way they're weighted and all, their numbers always add up to 7. So if you see a 2 on top, there's always a 5 on the other side. If you see a 6, the 1 is facing down. A 5, a 2 is facing down. A 4 has a 3 facing down, and vice versa. So we're going to take this one, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to make it a 5. All right, so that's already given a nice bump to our intelligence there. Okay, so now we go to the market. And in the market, I am going to spend 3 dice. 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, 3 coins. And we're going to buy the skill of Cure Wounds. Okay? And Cure Wounds, when we use it, we have to move the alignment token up, which we will go ahead and do. And that actually gets us into the gold. So we're up here on a gold 1 now. So we'll get 1 point if we never move it again. So let's exhaust it. And it lets us increase the face value of 1 die by 1. So now we look and see which one do we want to go up by 1. And I am thinking that it will be the wisdom die down here. We will bring it up to a 5 now since it was the lowest. And it's one of the ones we're aiming for 15 or 16. So that helps out there. So that's exhausted. Okay, so that's got our market. And the leftmost one goes in the discard. And any others, if we hadn't already gotten rid of the Mystic Cloak, we trash the Mystic Cloak now. So once again, 1 is always, almost always going to get trashed. Now we're going to do the cleanup and we're going to do the roll again. And I'll see you once everything is set up and we're choosing our dice once more. Okay, we've gotten through that. Everything is set up again. I think I've been debating. There's a number of things I could do here, but I'm debating and I think I am going to take the 1. All right. Is that correct? Let's see, take that, 4, 8. Yeah, I'm going to take the 1. And you say, why do you take the 1? Well, we're going to take the 1, and since I'm taking it off this one, we don't have to reel the enemy die. None of these are going to go away. That's part of it, because there's at least 1 card out here I did not want to lose. All these are nice cards. This one, in particular, I didn't want to lose. We're going to take this. I'm going to put it down in strength. Okay, I'm finishing the strength column, so I get 1 gold for finishing up strength. Okay, The strengths ability is you flip any card, any die to the one underneath it. So we're going to take this one and turn it to a 6. That now gives me a 15, so I'm going to have completed the strength row. Strength has to be a 14 or a 15. So we've got that. So that's good. Next up, I am going to spend the 3 right here. My 3 coins that I have in the market phase. So I've got no money now, but we want courageous. Okay? And I'm going to put courageous down here in traits. What courageous does is when you're scoring it, you get to add a +2 or a -2 to any of these values here. And why am I doing this? Well, because Constitution has a -2. And we're going to need to get 3 6s across here to get an 18. Remember, Con needs an 18, and that's the one I want the most. But it automatically has a -2, so we need something like courageous down here to add that, cancel out that -2. So if we can get 3 6s across here, we can do the Constitution now. Okay? So that's what that's for. Now the Ancient Spear, I would have liked Reckless. That would have been nice. Ancient Spear goes into the discard, and Reckless goes into the trash. Okay. I can't use any of these right now. So I'm going to go through cleanup and go through rolling again, and we'll set it up for the next go round. Okay, we've got it set up here, and the choice is pretty clear. We've got a black 6 here. The second one in Constitution needs a black die, so we're already pretty clear where we need to go. So that's what we're going to do. I am going to take the 6. We're going to move the 6 over here to Con, put it there where the black die needs to be. That's going to give us 2 6. And when you put anything down in Con, you get the choice. You can raise anything by 1 or lower anything by 1. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's see which ones are the highest. This looks like this one is the one that needs the next highest. So we're going to take it from a 5 to a 6. Okay. So that's got that part out of the way. Oh, we still need to roll. Ooh, I hate this too. Hate this, hate this, hate this. I take a die. Hang on. When I take a die off of there, I'm supposed to roll immediately. So let's leave this one as a 5 because this may determine what I do here. May determine what I do here. All right, let's see what happens. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get rid of the long sword. And damn it, that's exactly the one I did not want to lose. I wanted to buy this one because this one adds a 1 to every die that's your class color here. So each one of these would have gone up by 1. Wouldn't actually turned it up by 1, but in the scoring, they would have been a +1 to each one of those. So dang it, that one goes in the trash. So that's going to leave Pickpocket and Jewel Dagger. All right. And there's really not going to be anything there that I want to do. All right, so we'll continue with our original plan. This will go to that one will go there, and this will bump up to a 6 because of the Constitution ability. Okay, market phase now. We don't have any money, so what I'm going to do is throw away Pickpocket. I'm going to discard Pickpocket. That'll get me 2 gold at least. And then this one automatically goes into the discard. Okay, so it's cleanup time now and reset everything, and I'll see y'all once that gets done. Okay, once again, we got Climb, Honest, and Foolish. And once again, it looks pretty obvious which one we're going to choose. We're going to choose this 6. We're going to work on this Constitution here. That's going to allow us to raise one of the others as well. Let's pick the 6. We immediately roll the enemy die. Which one are we going to get rid of? We're going to get rid of honest, and that's fine with me. Honest, 3 victory points for each column that has 4 or more dice of the same color. That's difficult to do. So I'm not too worried about losing honesty there. Climb and foolish are left. Okay, where are we going to put the 6? Well, obviously we're going to put the 6 right here. Now you get 2 gold for placing a gold die. You get 1 die for 1 gold for finishing up that column there. So we're back up to 5. And we get to choose which one we want to raise. I am thinking we're going to raise this one. There we go. So this is up to a 6 now. Now we no longer have, we finished this, so just like we can't flip anymore, we can't raise a lower dice anymore. So that's good. We've raised pretty much all that we want to raise right now. Okay, so that's that. Now which one? Are we going to do climbing or foolish? Well, intelligence, if intelligence or wisdom is an 8 or less. That's an interesting proposition. Because see, if we go intelligence is 14 or higher, we get 1. But if it's an 8 or less, we get 2. That one we might actually have, and the climb raises us again, which one did that? I would definitely pick climb if it was one that went to the, so like the right or went down, I would definitely pick that one. That's what we need. We need a skill that either lowers us or moves us to the right. Okay. Foolish. Well, I am going to do my darndest. Wisdom or intelligence. I'm going to spend the 2 to get foolish. May be foolish, but one of the things that does is we buy the trait, and immediately when we buy the trait, we have to follow what the card says. So the card moves it this way. So we automatically moved it up to the gold 3, which means we can use our knowledge now to flip another one. So that would be nice. Or use it at any point to flip another one if we put a low value that we need to raise. So I think that was a good purchase there. This one goes into the discard. And now we do our cleanup and reset again. Okay, we've got our market set up. We've got the new dice set up. I'm going to pick this 6. We made a mistake earlier, and I'm going to show you here. We're going to fix it now with this pick. I'm going to pick the 6, bring it down. We roll the enemy. One of these cards will go away. They're all 3 nice. They're all 3 will give me some nice points. Let's see. And 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, the chain is going away. Now, the 6, we want to put it in our dexterity. That's our next highest. So the dexterity is now a 6, and it's now a 12, actually. Remember, we're just shooting for 16 or 17. So we want to make sure, you know, not put sin too high there. So we can put something low here in the final deck spot. But the reason I want to do it, you'll notice I put this purple here. We need a white one there. Okay? So we need a white one right there. What we can do is I can use that skill, and the dexterity allows you to swap any 2 dice. So I'm going to put the 5 up there, and I'm going to put the 6 down here. So the intelligence has actually increased now. This is now a 10 of 14, so our strength is still where it needs to be. So we've still completed that row, and in addition, we've got a white there. That'll be worth yet another chance of gaining points. Okay, now the market phase. Which one of these? Well, we've only got 3. That would be so nice if we could get that. The obsessed, get an extra star for every 2 dice in your class. That'd be worth 2 points to me right there. However, I can't get it, so I'm thinking, and you notice we've made it through all the ones. Now we're back into twos here. I'm going to go ahead and discard Nimble. And by discarding Nimble, I will get 2 coins. So that's good. That will now allow me to have more choice whenever the market phase comes out. And there's nothing there, so nothing has to be discarded. Nothing more has to be trashed. Cleanup phase and setup phase, and I'll see you when we're building our character again.